Alright, this is part 2 of Gremlins 2, the new batch. I'm still Pookie Izzy 7, the underdog of the underrated, and since we are in the midst of a boss battle, well, no time like the present, right? Now, this gremlin is going to do nothing but just jump near you. Just all he's going to do is just simply claw you. But since you have a three-way shot, well, all you have to do is just avoid his claw shots. And if you can attack him from an angle, that's great. And after you've beaten him, you've earned your next weapon. A paper clip. The paper clip. And since you have the power up, we can now throw them, well, three-way. So, we're now facing a new enemy, Gremlin Hands. And these... Oh, nice time stop. I forgot about that. And the flying gremlins. Now, the time stop can only last for like, I'd say borderline 10 seconds. Be careful when trying to get across here. But since I'm using balloon power, it doesn't really matter. Now, where you are now is, I think you're in another station. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another balloon, which gives us about 2 balloons, even though the number really doesn't matter now at this point. So from this angle, which is good, that you have your powered up paper clips, you can throw 3 in a 3-way position. So what you want to do here is be very careful, especially here, because as you can see, you can easily miss a jump. So, if you remember from the movie, this is where these are where those gremlins made a mess out of the TV show Cooking with Marge. So, what you want to do here is, well, if it actually mattered, just time your jump from that angle right there. But of course, if you have balloons, well, infinite balloons, it's like I'm doing. Well, it doesn't really matter. And right here, this is where, of course, the vampire turned news anchorman once resided. Well, the actor playing the vampire. And that was meant to be a jump. But anyway, we're here at stage 3-2. So let's move on, shall we? So, since we are near the where we're supposed to be at, it is for your best interest to jump here. Of course, be careful when trying to take out these gremlins. If you can, try to make a jump, but if you can't, well, the good thing about the balloons is they will carry you a great distance before it fades away. Now here you must be very cautious because, well, as you can see, I missed that jump. I'm not really trying it, am I? But anyway, you're supposed to at least make the effort to time your jump very well. If you can, anyway. So what we're going to try to do is get another heart and another heart for health. And it'll give our heart count 4. So let's see. Be careful about this area right here, because you have these spike balls coming at you. I like to say that this area is just a straight out clusterfuck. Unless you are a pro, like Cornshack, I'm not a pro. I'd say get here as soon as you can. Stage 3-3 has us facing the Electric Gremlin. Now, the Electric Gremlin will constantly throw balls that will explode on contact, and they will go sporadically. So when you chase him off, you will get the bow and arrow made of a paper clip and a rubber band. Since you cannot kill the Electric Gremlin, well, we simply trap him in the phone and save him for later. Now, the boomerang. Now, if normal, the bow and arrow is pretty much the best weapon in the game, as far as I know of, anyway. So what you're going to do here is be very careful when you make your jump. Of course, they make it to a point which is stupidly ridiculous. Now, mind you, I'm a coded Let's Player, which means I use codes for my Let's Play. Most times. That doesn't mean I'm not a Let's Player. It just means that I have a way of beating a game my way. So I'm not well known. But that's okay, though. So that's an extra life. That will give our life count to, well, 1 gizmo. 4 stocks of life and 2 balloons. If normally. So what we want to do here is we want to get rid of anything that is in front of us. Now the hat-throwing gremlin is just on sugar, man. So the only way you can actually get him is just basically just get a shot in. Be careful when you be careful around here. You have to really time your jumps. be careful about that area because you may, as you've seen, can get shot. I think we're in a... I think this is like the same area, but I'm not sure. The way they make it though, it's like it's... You can easily get confused in this area if you don't know where you're going. You know, the sound effect sounds strangely... I don't know, it sounds... I can't put my finger on, but it sounds to me like from another game. So what you want to do here is you want to get past this area as quickly as you can. Anyway, this is stage 4-2. And it's not getting any prettier than the last one. Of course, the way they make the stages on these games, it's like welcome to hell. See? Now, like I said, if I was playing this normally, there'd be no way in hell I'd actually win. But anyway, you're not here to judge. You're here to watch me play a game which is pretty much a clusterfuck of the Gremlins movie. The second Gremlins movie. All I have to say is, personally, I wish they made a Gremlins 1 video game. Just because it would have been interesting to see that. Alright, so... with that being aside... I guess the best way you can do is just float as far as you can if you fall into a hole. And the good thing about that is, if you fall into a hole and you do come back on a balloon, you can really float for a good while. Okay, so we're to our next stage boss, the machine gun gremlin. Now, since this area is pretty much a clusterfuck, you finally get the last weapon, the fire arrow. So, this is stage 5-1. And what is going to happen here is we're probably going to have the final showdown in less than 2 shakes of a rat's turd. So, join me in part 3, won't you, for Gremlins 2, the new batch.